Hi Capricorn, welcome to The Modern Spiritualist. My name is Raheem. Today we're going to look at April for you. Thank you for your patience this month. My dog died and I had a lot of other stuff to get through launching my new coaching program and everything, so it's just been busy and kind of slow. But thank you for being here. I'm excited to be here, and we're going to look at April. So Celtic Cross spread using the Quantum Tarot deck this time. There are no reversals in this deck, just so you're aware. Plus the Threads of Fate Oracle card for your Catalyst energy. We will start there. Your Catalyst energy is going to kind of serve as like the highest alignment possible with the use of all these energies this month. So if you get lost in process or you spiral throughout the month, you can come back to the Catalyst energy to remind yourself what you're doing here. So this month we have versatility. It has a pot leaf on the front, which I find interesting. And I love that about this. You know, what is so versatile about cannabis is like, you know, it can be used for textiles, and it's very environmentally friendly to use it for those kinds of things. You can put them in lip balms, you can put them in all kinds of like apothecary type things and materials, and you can consume it for a bunch of different purposes, medicinally and recreationally. So it's versatile. You know, while it's all the same plant, there's so many different species and strains and varieties that it can do all these different things. And I think that really speaks to Capricorn as well. You know, we have certain reputations for things, but I think that if you were to really cut to the essence of Capricorn, it's resourcefulness, and resourcefulness comes out of being able to use everything around you as a catalyst for creation, right? You know, survival on the fundamental level, and then also building on top of that. So this, I think, really speaks to Capricorn energy. And so this is a really good month to take stock of your skills. Take stock of your resources. What do you have available? It's not just money, it's also connections, it's locations, it's other kinds of material, it's the skills that you have. It's sort of everything that you have available to you, whether it's something that you can do, something that you embody, or something that you have, or something that you can get, that are kind of, I see them as kind of like points on a map, right? And this is the month to take stock of all those points and figure out how they all connect with one another. And in that way, you can kind of map out whatever you do next. Let me feel more into that. Yeah, I mean, this is really like a good month to say, who are you, Capricorn? And what do you want? And how are you going to get it with what you already have? A few months ago, we did have getting clear on your vision. I think we're kind of back there again. Not like we're starting clean slate, but now that you kind of know what you are doing, we can kind of hone in on the details of that and really kind of find your specific lane for you, Capricorn. So, yeah, I would just say this is a good month to really ground yourself, to take stock of everything around you in the physical material world and figure out what you're going to do with it. You know, what are your tools, you know, and that's what this month has in store for you. Feels really, really solid. I really like the energy here. I really like the cards. Let's get into the Celtic Cross spread. So at the center, we have the Page of Swords, okay? So you're flooded with ideas right now, and there may kind of be a tendency to want to run away with some of them. I would just encourage you to kind of lean on the groundedness of the versatility card to kind of remind yourself that, you know, I don't want to say don't take off on something if it really feels strongly resonant for you, but I think, you know, there's a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of things that you want to do, and I think this is a better month to kind of get clear on your vision and plan for what's next, so that you can kind of methodically run away with all of this, but in a way that kind of slows everything down, gives you more access, and kind of allows you to build off of everything instead of them kind of being like separate entities, if that makes sense. Like, how can we bring this all together so that there's return on investment for everything that you do? How can we create this flow, right? So I love the ideas. Just keep it on the brainstorming level, and, you know, maybe write out all the things that are coming to your mind of different things that you could do, and just kind of, I don't know, make a vision board, or yeah, this is a really good month for brainstorming, because you really are going to be flooded with ideas. And not to say that the ideas aren't good, but just that they need fleshing out. So just take stock of everything that you're thinking right now, and then see how that can kind of formulate into something more solid as we go through the month, okay? So crossing that energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So you're still learning. You don't have all the information yet. We kind of already said that. You're still putting all the pieces together. And there may be more things you need. Like when you take stock of everything that you do have, all your resources, you may realize, oh, I need this thing and I don't have it in order to do this other thing, so I need to pursue it. So whether you use your connections or use your other resources or something to kind of accumulate whatever else you need to kind of get together, then that would be a really good use of this energy. And also learning how to use it. This could also just be learning new skills. Maybe you don't need like something material or specific, but you need like the right skill or teaching or some sort of course of learning that just gives you the knowledge that you need to move forward. Okay, so this is kind of saying you don't have all the information yet because you're building right now. You're kind of building on the information, the knowledge, and wealth or resources that you do have right now. And so just use this as a time to continue to build. Continue to accumulate wealth or knowledge or whatever you need to do to kind of move towards the next thing, okay? Past affecting the present, we have the Ten of Pentacles. You've set yourself up for success. You're in a really good space because of the work that you've already done. So just make sure to celebrate that. And that's really all I'm feeling here is you're in good shape. You still can get more if you would like, and it looks like for whatever you want to do next. I feel like you came into the previous few months with a vision, and I feel like you were almost shorting yourself, and now you're realizing the vision can be even bigger. And so now it's kind of like, oh, so I accumulated everything that I already needed for the previous vision, but now I'm realizing I can go bigger now that I've done what I've done. And so how can you go bigger? How can we continue to build that based off of the good work you've already done? So make sure that, because of that, make sure that you really celebrate yourself and you take time to take pride in what you've already accomplished, because that's the thing is like, the work never really stops, especially for Capricorn. Every time you achieve something, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the next thing, right? So just remind yourself to take time out to just appreciate what you've done too, because otherwise we can get kind of lost in the weeds and lose track of our vision. And so just, remember that everything that you have now, a previous version of you set you up for that success. And that's just something to take time with and consider, okay? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just reward yourself as you go through this. Don't keep dangling the carrot, you know what I mean? You can always pursue the next thing, but make sure to really celebrate the gifts of what's happening right now, okay? In your foundation, we have the Four of Wands. These are all really solid foundational cards. You're really grounded this month. It's really good. Okay, Four of Wands. Yeah, you've already have the foundation. I said that with the Ten of Pentacles already. Let me feel into what's different about this. What I like about this card specifically that you don't see in other Four of Wands cards is how like animated this one is. Like you have these figures here and they're kind of like doing acrobatics, right? Other cards, it's kind of more of a stillness, whereas this really has some dynamic motion. So you're going to be busy. And within that, you're going to feel good. I feel like you're not pushing yourself too hard. I feel like you have enough on your plate, like you're not wanting for more. It seems like you're about square. And so that's really good too. I especially love when I have a reading with Capricorn and Capricorn isn't pushing too hard. It looks like you are pushing hard, but you're not going past your threshold or like what you can handle. And so I really, really like that. It looks like this is a good month to kind of box out time for yourself. So when you're going into your day, make sure that you're like, okay, I'm going to be focused or productive for, from this hour to this hour, but from this hour to this hour, it's just going to be about me and rest or, fun or like whatever, I want to do, right? And that will really continue to keep the balance, like the dynamic balance that you're maintaining in your life. And this is what's really supporting you. So it looks like you really have a schedule that works for you, and I'm really proud of that as well. Crowning you this month. We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, getting clear on your vision. What do you want? And what's coming out for me about this Two of Wands here is what I always tell the people, and we do have the Two of Swords coming up, so I'll talk about that, but the difference between the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands is with the Two of Wands, you're kind of looking at two different opportunities maybe, right? And you have a decision to make, but the decision is about feeling empowered to make the decision, not the decision itself. It's kind of saying like there are no wrong options. There's only whatever you want and your power and, force of will that allows you to go through the door that you want to go through. What I'm feeling from this one now is that you don't have to make a choice. You can have both of these wands, all right? You can have both. You can have your cake and eat it too, and don't let anyone tell you you can't, okay? You can find a way to make this work, and maybe that is why this versatility card is coming up, because you can have your hands in multiple baskets right now. Pun not intended, it was Easter like 2 days ago. But yeah, you can have your hands in multiple baskets and make it all work and find the right balance and have the right structure. You can have it all, Capricorn. And that's why Spirit's trying to get you to slow down this month, just in terms of not running away with the first idea that comes to your mind, because I think you can just have all of it. You can find a way to make all of these ideas work. You just have to connect the dots, like I was saying right at the beginning. You just need to connect all the dots in the right way, and that's going to take time, and you're going to need to be methodical about it. But as practical as you need to be about the process, don't be practical about the decision. Go with your gut, go with your heart, and go with what's possible. And I think that both of these options are possible. And so, yeah, we're going to find a way to make everything that you want work this month, Capricorn, okay? New circumstance. If you can hear that in the background, that's just my rabbit making noise. Sorry about that. New circumstance, 4 of Pentacles. Having structure in place. So, I mean, I'm a Capricorn sun and stellium, so I'm just going to talk about this right now. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to make 2 different locations halfway across the country from each other work. And so, you know, what I'm trying to figure out is, like, how do I maintain the place that I have here, and then how do I also maintain a place somewhere else and make that economical, make a return on investment, right? And so this is what I'm feeling from the 4 of Pentacles, is like I kind of see these things as like different locations or different projects or like just different things that you care about or have going on for you. And just your ability to solidify the structure in all of them so that you can make all of this work and feel good about yourself. And I think having the 2 4s here and them both being foundational cards and so strong, but this having like some fluid motion to it and this having less, I think this is really key here, the mixture of these 2. They're both 4s, so like 44, right? So it's a foundational structure number. And you've got both here, and they're both working for you. And so it's kind of finding that balance between where do you need to be fluid and flexible, where do you need to have that structure in place so that you can stand alone wherever you go with all of these, you know, moving parts right now, and make it work. And so, yeah, this is about being grounded and structural when and where needed, and being fluid, adaptable, flexible when and where that is needed. And striking the balance between that is just going to make magic. You can have it all, Capricorn. You can have it all. That's really what I want you to know this month. Okay, your ego. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the Chariot. Let's start with the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, this is the garden that just keeps growing, right? And what I always use the garden metaphor because, you know, the ecosystem at large, you know, in like on the earth. I'm sorry, the rabbit is distracting my speech, to be honest. But I can't control her. So I always use the garden metaphor because it's a cycle. You know, like if you think about the water cycle, like it's always, you know, evaporating, going into the sky, you know, falling as rain and kind of cycling back up. And that's the same with the garden. You know, you have the ecosystem of like animals and beings that are there. You also have, you know, plants and trees that like seed themselves, or you harvest, you know, the seeds and then you grow them next year. And so, you know, you're always creating more. You know, fruit always comes back in the spring. The flowers always come back in the spring. And, you know, they work together alongside you as the gardener, right, to kind of continue this flow. And that's what 9 of Pentacles means to me. It means consistently growing, continuously growing without hitting a stagnation point or hitting like a point of excess, right? It's dynamic balance, cyclical dynamic balance. And this is your ego. So this is your energy. This is what you're coming into the month with. I mean, we're already here, right? We're about a weekend. And so, yeah, everything that you need to do in terms of having your cake and eating it too, creating the right structure, having fluidity around that structure where needed so that it's sustainable, and kind of taking all these disparate pieces or different dots of things that you do and connecting all the lines, right? What you want to do is create that cyclical dynamic balance so that everything kind of returns in on itself and you keep the flow going and it just doesn't stop, right? And so that's how you set yourself up for success. And that's what you're thinking about. And you're already there because of 10 of Pentacles, all the work that you've already done, okay? So really, really solid month. You're in a really good position, Capricorn. Probably better than you're giving yourself credit for, honestly. And it's paired with the Chariot, which is just forward momentum. So you are ready for this. You're ready to go. So just be careful. This is going to be a fast-paced month, but you need to stay grounded. So the only, caveat I have here is the Page of Swords is a good thing. It's supporting you. It's all of those thoughts and ideas and like sparks of inspiration that are kind of creating your ability to kind of push forward here, right? But don't push forward so fast that you miss the details. You need to stay grounded in the practical and in this Four of Pentacles energy as well, okay? I think you're going to be able to do it. I'm just reminding you that, excitement can get away from us, so just kind of make sure that you're staying, centered throughout this month, because that's going to give you the success that you need. That way you're not kind of flying off the rails, right? The Chariot can go too fast sometimes, so make sure that you're just going fast enough. Pull back, take breaks, set boundaries with yourself when you need to, okay? Environment this month, we have the Two of Swords and the Death card. Two of Swords. Okay, you don't have all the information yet, but I think that's all right. I don't think you need to have it all yet. Like I said with the Eight of Pentacles, is you're just building on it, you're just growing right now, and so that's fine. That's another reason why you need to go a little bit slower than maybe you would like to, because there's more information you need that's going to come in this month. But also, as I'm feeling into this energy, it's showing up here on the card with this figure that's blindfolded in the background. I'm feeling the swords crossing my chest, like it has here, but I don't have the blindfold, so I feel like you're able to see clearly kind of through the veil. Oh, that's what it is. You can see past what is currently around you. You can see into the future right now, into what could be, and that's why you're able to connect all these dots and have all these ideas flowing and start to create this plan, this pretty advanced or nuanced plan here for yourself. And so with that, the Two of Swords crossing my chest is just saying, not yet, take your time. I already said that, but you can see past the veil. However, the other people around you may not. They may not be able to see what you can see. And so if you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody about what you're doing, then don't. You know what you're doing, and you only need to reveal as much as you need to reveal. That's really all I'm getting from this. Paired with the Death card, you're a different person now, Capricorn, and maybe other people don't see that. But you are. And so I think the environment around you is going to change because you may need something different. And so whether that's you setting new boundaries in relationships or walking away from something or moving, all of those things are possible. If not this month, then that's just kind of the Page of Swords energy, like what you're thinking about. Let me feel deeper into this. People around you may not necessarily like what you're going to do next. And I'm not feeling like it's like they would try to sabotage you or anything. I think you just may need to, as you go through all this stuff, even beyond this month, is kind of just like manage, what other people know and manage how you explain what you're doing. If there's a reveal at a certain point, I'm just feeling maybe some grief. Maybe you do choose to move or walk away from something or, leave a job, or you're going to do something that may make someone just feel grief or feel unhappy. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. You need to do what you need to do for you. Obviously, take care of the people around you, but ultimately, what you do, you need to do for you. And so I feel like there may just be a difficult conversation in the cards up ahead. Nothing you can't deal with, and nothing you're probably not already aware of. But the Death card is saying that something is ending via this process. So just keep that in mind, okay? You have the information, you have the vision for the future. The other people around you don't. They don't see clearly what you're doing, and they don't need to because it's yours, But just keep that in mind. You need to manage the expectations of others in any way that you can, okay? Hopes and fears this month. We have the Temperance card. Again, you can have it all. I feel like the fear here is just that, what if both of these options don't work out? What if I'm aiming too high? You're not. You just need to be clever, okay? Versatility, you just need to be clever. So I mostly feel hope here is, there's some things you will need to leave behind. We have that with the Death card. However, there are some things that you'll get to keep and maintain, and then you'll get to attract new things into your life and blend old and new, the stuff that's still working with the stuff that is coming in for you, and create something entirely unique, right? So this is totally paired with your vision here, where versatility is all about uniqueness. So is Temperance. It's all about, two energies blending to create something that, we've never quite seen before, a different recalibration of energy. So, that's the hope. Can you unionize all of these different things? And of course you can, because that's what this entire reading was about. So don't worry, you can have it all. And if you feel like you can't, then there's something that you need to add to your plan, and you may need to just wait, right? Or, you know, just build on that. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is saying. So if it doesn't feel doable, there is something else. There's another opportunity, and you're going to want to pursue that or hold out for it or something, okay? You can have it all. You can have it all. Don't jump the gun, because you can have it all. Be patient, be slow, because we can make this work, right? And I think it's better to just have it all and go a little bit slower than to kind of try to seize an opportunity early and miss out on something that you could have retained or brought in or something like that, okay? Outcome, we have the King of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this is you kind of feeling accomplished at the end. And also, I mean, the King of Wands energy is the leadership energy. And classically, it's somebody sitting on a throne, right? And the sitting is important because they're kind of deploying or giving orders rather than doing it themselves. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but what I am saying is that I think by the end, you're going to have your plan of deployment, right? You're going to be able to kind of, you know, sit on your throne and know this is what I'm going to do. So I feel like by the end of the month, you have your plan pretty much in place. So I don't think this is really going to take that long. I mean, a month is pretty long in terms of just in terms of just getting a plan in place. So I mean, I think it, you know, it will kind of go slow, but I think it will be over before you know it. And I think it's just going to be so much better than you can even imagine right now, Capricorn. So just open up that playing field. Be open this month to whatever comes in as an opportunity, even if it's not something that you immediately considered, because, you know, it's going to be kind of wacky. However you're able to kind of pull off having your cake and eating it too, getting both of these things in order and, you know, able to have them both, or the multiple things, whatever you're doing, you know, you're going to have to think a little bit outside the box, I think. And again, we have the versatility card, right? So if you can be fluid, creative, flexible, adaptable, and grounded and patient, and, you know, kind of just moving with what is possible and utilizing your resources in the physical material world properly, you can strike a balance between those things in such a way that you make the impossible happen for yourself. So that is in the cards for you this month. What a beautiful, beautiful month. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, then please like this video. It helps out the channel. Comment, let me know what is going on for you. Schedule something with me in the box below if you would like to clarify your process. And subscribe if you like this video and you want to see the next one. And in which case, I will see you guys in May. Good luck. Have fun. Love you.